I just had to let you know you're mine.
Welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I am finally sitting down to film one of the videos that's probably needed to be up on my channel for quite a long time, because there's been so many questions, so many assumptions, so many speculations about lots of things that have been going on, and I've wanted to answer them and just be honest, because to be honest, I don't have anything to hold back, you know. So I address some very personal topics in this video, things about my family, things about just my personal life, and also quite a lot of questions were asked about anxiety and how I deal with that. So if you've wanted to know the answers to those questions, then this is definitely a video for you. I think this is going to be quite a long one, so get a snack, get a drink, get comfy, because you could be here for a while. I don't talk about how I do my makeup. I'm literally just sat here having a chat with you whilst doing it. So yeah, I will be doing makeup looks soon, with me actually talking about what I'm doing, if anyone cares. But I will be answering questions from my Instagram. Make sure you follow it. I will put it in the description, both of my Instagrams, because I've got two accounts, Lily_Williamson_17 and Lily's Beauty. And I do tend to get a lot of makeup based questions over on Lily's Beauty, which is great because it means I can answer and address them in here. I also give shout outs and name the accounts that have asked me questions. So thank you so much to everyone that got involved. It really helped me and I had so much fun answering your questions. So yes, if you want to see how I got this and just to be nosy like I am, which I don't blame you, then carry on watching. So we've got a bit of Demi Lovato playing. I'm going to get the questions up on my phone from my Instagram that people were asking me, which I'm really grateful for, so thank you so much. I will be definitely doing more of these, and I've also got some from previous assumptions that I've asked, or questions I've asked people to ask before, but I've never used them in a video, so I've got plenty to answer. So we're gonna get started with the eyes. As always, I'm going to spray, because I've had a bit of a dilemma. I didn't think I had any sprays, but I've tried this a couple of times and I actually quite like it. I thought I'd show it in this video, and it's the MUA Pro Base Primer Spray. Their Pro Base range is just something else. I put the primer spray on my face after I'd done my makeup thinking it was a setting spray, then looked at the bottle and was like, oh poo, crap. But my makeup was fine, so. Oh, I filmed a Poundland testing makeup video, and oh, the eye primer was alright, but it's just nothing compared to this Primark concealer. Oh. This is just so much easier to blend, it's creamier, and it's got so much better pigment and also coverage. I don't know what really to title this video, except I'm just going to be open and honest and just sort of like talk about a few things while doing my makeup. Very laid back, you know, just casual. I'm just going to put some Pro Base powder instead of the concealer, because it's concealer, I find it easier to put powder on. I know not everybody's going to agree with that, but we do things differently. We're all different. And this Pro Base powder from MUA also, it's great. And these brushes I got for Christmas from my mum. I think she got them off Ferry, and they're great. The Soph original palette, and I use this, believe it or not, it is clean. Real Techniques, and it's pretty. But yeah, I think the thing that sparked a lot of people, I actually was surprised by how many DMs I got asking if I was alright, because I hadn't been active for like a week, like 2 weeks. And to be honest, I hadn't really noticed I'd taken that much of a break. Like, I know I wanted to step back a little bit, but I didn't really notice that much. Because basically certain things happened between me and family members before Christmas, and this is not on my mum's side, this is my dad's side, and it just sort of like threw a spanner in the works, because for once in my life I stood up for myself and I just didn't take it anymore. Something in my eye, which has meant I've lost some family members, but hey ho, life moves on. But yeah, that happened, and that just sort of like, I've only just started dealing with it now, do you know what I mean? And it hasn't, so I put it to the back of my mind. It's not something I wanted to focus on and waste my time on. But families are complicated, And it's just how it is. But yeah, that, because so many people ask, I will be honest, so many people do ask, like, what's the deal with your dad? Do you see your dad? You never mention your dad, you never show your dad. Just what's going on with your dad? And that's that, we don't have contact anymore. So that is all I want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that anymore. I respect people want to know, and I'm very open, and I've been open. But that's it, that's all I'm talking about it. I'm not bringing it up anymore. We don't talk, we're not in a civil relationship at all, so that's that. Everybody wants a dad in their life, and I had that. My granddad was my dad. My mum's dad. He was the dad that I always could turn to. Obviously, he passed away, which I didn't deal with properly. I helped everyone deal with their grief, which is what I wanted to do, which meant my grief was put to the back of my head, which was my decision, no one else's. And you know, some people say I was protecting myself, but I was just delaying the inevitable. But everybody deals with things differently, you know. But it just really hit me when my granddad passed away. I didn't have a dad anymore, and it was just hard. And like, things just take their toll when they decide to take their toll, and it took its toll then. Evie asked any advice on how to cope with it, because I'm really struggling. Well, I'm really sorry you're really struggling. Like, it is just so crap. Anxiety is not fun. It's so underrated. Like, seriously, people go, I've got anxiety, people go, oh, and you know, it's like it's not thought upon as much, and it really should be. But people don't really talk about it. It's getting better now, but obviously it hasn't always been like that. And I think everybody's different. Everybody copes with it in their own way. And it is hard for me to talk about personally, because I'm at my darkest places when my anxiety really hits. Like, I just feel so shit. It's just how it is. I feel so low. But like, I surround myself with people I love, people I care about, and people that make a difference to my life in a positive way. And cutting members of family out have really helped. Like, in the previous video I mentioned I cut people out of my life, and people assume they were friends. No, it wasn't friends, it was family. But yeah, so that was that. Next question is, how do you calm yourself down, and what causes it? If you don't mind, you don't have to answer. And that was from Millicent Pugs _Pugs. I don't really know, because sometimes it's easier than others. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not the same. Like, no, in my opinion, no panic attack I've ever had is ever the same. Up the rest of my under eye makeup. But going back onto that, like, I think everybody's different, and no matter how many people say, oh, anxiety is just anxiety, like, it's a panic attack, well, that's it. It's not. Everybody has them different. I'm drinking from my Polyjuice potion cup. But yeah, I just try, and my main thing is trying to focus on something positive, which sounds cringe, I know, but or just trying to just focus on my own breathing, which during a panic attack can be quite hard. But yeah, it's quite a difficult question to answer, because I don't really know, it just sort of happens. And it's from Molly. She goes, I have really bad social anxiety at school especially. How did you deal with it? Literally, I can relate to that so badly, because that was the epiphany of my life. Like, seriously, it was not easy at school. I felt like I was being judged all the time. Like, there was no leeway. No one would ever give you a day off. It was just constant, like, and judging, and just being just so bitchy and nasty, and just, oh. Leaving school was definitely the best decision ever. But anyway, that's a whole different story time, get ready with me video. But I just sort of, like, I didn't deal with it, quite frankly. I didn't deal with it at all. I let them win half the time. I let them make me feel crap about myself, and bring me down, and make me feel ugly, and make me feel fat, and make me feel so low, and bad about myself. So I can't sit here and go, oh yeah, I just didn't let it bother me, because it did. But at the end of the day, like, leaving school, it really makes you realise how people are, because, like, I don't know why I let it bother me so much. It really annoys me how much I let it bother me. because I shouldn't have let it bother me. But you do, like, I was young, I still am. Like, we all make decisions that we look back on and we're like, why? You know? This duo, by the way, is just something else. I'm not really talking about how I'm doing my makeup because that's not what this video is about. I'm just sort of like opening up and being honest, having a chat. But yeah, so I didn't deal with it at all. I just let it beat me loads and loads of times, and then I just, in year 11 especially, all my cares were just out the window. I didn't care about anything, really, which I know is bad, but it's the truth. Like, my granddad had passed away and it was just a really crappy year. Also, it was a lot worse after, a long time after he passed away, but at school I just didn't care. I completely flunked my GCSEs. I didn't try. I just had the facade that I wasn't bothered. And people picked up on that, and then they decided to try and make it even worse because that's what people are like. And I got to the point where I was Larry. I'm not a Larry girl at all. Like, I just didn't care. And my anxiety was a big part to play in that, because when I feel low, my anxiety, as I said, spikes and gets worse, and I had no confidence in school. My confidence still is, like, not the best. But I had no confidence in school, and I would always find myself comparing myself to all the other girls, and I'm like, why, Lily? Why would you do that to yourself? Like, what is the point? Like, you grow up, even though I'm only 17, and school was only like 2 years ago. Like, you know, it's ridiculous how much you compare yourself, and that's in social media as well, not just in school. Like, how nice is that? And then moving on to some assumptions. It's Bethany Fox, who actually was one of the winners to my giveaway. Put, you're an only child. I am on my mum's side. I have a half brother through my dad, so I'm not an only child. I do have a sibling. He's my half brother on my dad's side, so yeah, that's not true, but on my mum's side I am. Go Becca again, was, you're too kind to people that walk all over you. When it comes to family, definitely, no hesitation of a doubt. Old friendships that people I'm no longer friends with, or just in general people from my past, I definitely let walk all over me, and I go back there all the time. Boys, there's a particular boy I'm thinking of, I let completely shatter me. So yeah, I don't know whether I'd agree with that, because so many people would go, no, you're a nasty person, or so many people go, no, you're not a nice person, if they don't like me, you know, because not everybody likes me. Quite a few people don't like me, I can imagine, but yeah, people have definitely walked over me and taken advantage of me, that's for sure. But some beauty questions. Is there any makeup you think's overhyped? Now, I'm going to test the glitter glue by Revolution. I don't know, do I? I think, like, obviously there was the whole hype about Huda Beauty and her eyeshadow palettes, which I thought was a bit like, okay, right, they're good, we move on, you know? So I thought that, but I've never tried them, so I can't say whether they are overhyped or not. But yeah, so I'd say that, Kylie Jenner lip kits. Kylie Jenner in general, I think, so overhyped. Like, I've never tried the products, but well, that's great when that happens. Thanks, Revolution. Now I've got, like, loads of glue. Genie's lamp. It's got a discount code. I'll put that in the description. There we go. They're the only ones I'd say. I haven't tried any really hyped up products, I don't think. Because the Conceal and Define foundation from Revolution was really hyped up about. but I love that. And the concealer, I just haven't repurchased the bigger size. I will get around to that. But yeah, Georgia, Glam with Georgia, definitely check out her Instagram. She put top 3 eyeshadow palettes. This one for sure, which she helped me get back into. It's not an eyeshadow palette, so it's technically not, but this is one of my favourite eyeshadows ever, which is the MUA eyeshadow in Copper, which is only £1. You definitely need to go out and buy it if you haven't got it in your collection already. I really like the Imagination. That's one's beautiful. And the Reloaded Iconic Fever. I think that's the one it's called. Holy Grail. Top 3 mascaras. Maybelline Total Temptation. W7 Eye Lust. And I do actually really like the Revolution mascara. I haven't used it much on camera, but I have really enjoyed using it. It's not like a holy grail like the other two, but I do really like it, so it's in my top 3. From, I can't, because I don't know how she pronounces her, but she put, what has your YouTube journey been like? My YouTube journey has been very bumpy, to say the least. I'm going to do my brows, but it's been so worth it. Now I've left school, it's a lot better, because I'm not facing narrow-minded human beings. Right, I'm gonna go and quickly just do my really what they always do, but I used the Collection Brow Kit in Blonde. I love this. Use the middle powder and the brow gel. Oh, I love her so much. And the brow pencil, Goof Proof brow pencil from Benefit in the shade 3. Yeah, it may look dark, but I love it. I'm going to apply some of the primer spray on my face, which might be a bit bad because I'm anglers, but hey ho. Dawn from introducing me to this, but while this is drying, so yeah, going back onto YouTube journey, it's not been easy. Like, it wasn't fun when I was at school. Like, I like making videos, but I will admit, looking back on my old videos, it was cringe as hell. Like, I was, like my voice was horrible. But the judgment people gave me, but it's funny because if I had like, not that it means anything to me, but to people at school it did, because if I had like 100,000 subscribers, it would be a whole different ball bag, literally. So because I didn't have that many at all, and most of them were people from school taking the piss, it just made it really uncomfortable. Pretty much every lesson it was mentioned or brought up, pretty much every break, lunch, everything. And in the end I just turned around and went, who gives a flying? Like, who cares? I'm not making you do it, I'm doing it. Don't watch my videos if that's this much torture for you to have to watch my face. You see me every day at school. Don't torture yourself by watching it on your phone. But anyway, so yeah, that's just how it was. But it's definitely so worth it. I think if I had stopped it because of those people, I would have regretted it so bad. I know I would, because I couldn't see it, like my life without it now. Because I've met Malika, I've met Georgia, I've met Libby. I'm doing a collaboration with Georgia and some other girls who are so creative. And I'm like, they live all over the place. And also I've got viewers that watch me from America. I'm like, what the heck? Like, what is going on? Like, is this real life? I've had companies and like American businesses, oh look, mad, like contact me going, we love your Instagram feed on your Lily's Beauty account, would you like to collaborate, rah rah rah. And I'm like, oh my god, what is going on? Like, do you know what I mean? People ask, well, how do you recommend we start a YouTube channel? Like, I just say have full confidence in what you're doing, because if you have full confidence in what you're doing, people that throw judgment, it won't faze you, because you're like, well, I like what I'm doing. No one's making you watch it. So yeah, that's just how it is. Like, it hasn't been easy, but the opportunities I've had, like meeting Malika, honestly, she's a friend for life. She's one of my best friends. I absolutely love her to pieces. 3 years of friendship, guys. which is mad. It'll be 4 this December. Like, the first time we met, we, like, it is mind-blowing. I'm going to time-lapse the rest of this, and then I'm going to answer some more questions while doing, like, the finishing touches. Also, I've done highlighter, but I'm going to test this highlighter palette by W7, and it's called Life's a Beach. And I'm going to try the lightest shade, which is Pearl Diver, which is this one, because it's more suited for my skin tone, personally, in my opinion. So I'm just going to, it's quite yellowy undertone. Oh, okay. I know I've got highlighter on already, but that is like a golden glow. Solid now. And I'm going to take a little bit on my fan brush. Just sort of, I don't know what I'm doing. Taking on my nose. Just, I'm going to put it on my brow bone. Oh, that shade is... Yep, but just gorgeous on my face. But I think I'm glowy enough, so I'm not going to. But I'm going to test the Flawless Spray by Barry M. Done it now. I'm gonna... the pump's not very even, and it's not nice if anything goes near your eyes. I don't know. Spray a bit more. It's like, what the fudge? I've put a lip oil on. I put some of the Zoella So Soft lip oil. It's great. I'm going to test out the Benefit Roller Lash. This came in a mini set for Christmas, and I haven't tried it yet. And there is so much hype about this mascara, like, holy, it's supposed to be amazing. But I've got some more questions. Have you got any eyebrow tips and hacks? And that is from Abigail L. Not really, because as you can tell, I can't do my eyebrows. But I just think experiment with different products, you know, like test things out, because everyone is different. Like, I know people do reviews and it's helpful. I like filming reviews because I can put my opinion out there. However, you do need to try things yourself. Like, if you're really intrigued by a product, try it. Do you know what I mean? And also, just saying, I am loving this roller lash. Like, Benefit come through. Recommend the Collection eyebrow kit. Definitely go and grab it from your local Boots or Superdrug. It is so cheap. And I love the Benefit Goof Proof. I definitely want to try more of their brow products, but the Rimmel brow pencil is amazing, and that's really cheap. So if you don't want to spend a lot of money, go for the Collection brow kit and find your shade in the Rimmel brow pencil. But I definitely think if you've got the money, or you want to treat yourself to some really good quality eyebrow products, definitely test out Benefit or get them to do your brows, and then you can sort of gauge from there, really. Joanne, which is a fan account for Joe Sugg and Diane Buswell, my favourite couple from Strictly, oh my god. And I love your fan page, by the way, so the fact that you've asked me a question is so sweet. It goes, which makeup product would you use for the rest of your life? Thing is, I would say eyeshadow, but without everything else, I just don't think eyeshadow looks good on me. So I'd probably say highlighter. You know, highlighter, because you can just make yourself glow and look great. With people like proper live collabs, say with Malika or anyone else, then you will definitely I will definitely want you to ask us some questions. So yeah, get on my Instagrams, I'll leave them in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your support and all your kind words. It never goes unnoticed. I'm so grateful, because I'm a small YouTuber and you don't expect someone with my following to have so many really kind and lovely people, but I am so lucky, and I notice all of you, and you're so amazing. So thank you so much, and I will see you in my next vlog or video, whichever one you watch first.
you.